Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and here's a legal segment tonight. Three very hot topics, beginning with the Trayvon Martin murder trial in Florida. It begins next week, as you may know. 29-year-old George Zimmerman charged with killing the 17-year-old Martin in Sanford, Florida last year. Here now, attorneys and Fox News analysts Kimberly Guilfoyle and Elise Wheel. So I think that this racial overtones, this just shrouds this whole trial, does it not?
It does, but it should have no place in the courtroom. It is absolutely irrelevant in a courtroom.
Will the judge be able to control that?
Yes, I think so, because the only issue in this courtroom is whether Zimmerman acted in self-defense that night. Whether he doesn't have to make the case, but whether the prosecution can make the case.
The prosecution can prove that he didn't.
That he didn't.
But it's going to be very, very intense on jury selection, Guilfoyle, is it not?
The key to this whole case is going to be jury selection, okay? Because regardless of where it's even tried,
and color is going to be the big thing on that, isn't it?
So we can't be naive to say the race isn't going to play an issue, because the case is about race when it comes right down to it.
Well, it's perceived to be. I'm not sure it is, but it's perceived to be.
In the public. But what it should be is about self-defense.
So you got 12 jurors, right?
Right.
So,
no, six jurors
in Florida.
Oh, you only have six in Florida? I didn't know that.
With an unidentified number of
I knew there was
alternates.
a reason we had to use illegal ladies on.
To give you
I
the
did not know
information.
there's
The motion raised.
So there's six. So maybe it should be 2, 2, and 2, right? Two African American, two whites.
No, you can't do that. It doesn't work that in any
Of course you
criminal.
can't do it, but they do it all the time.
No, there's a whole case. There's a Supreme Court case called the Batson v. Kentucky.
Right.
Listen
Little
to
Bo
me.
Peep. I'm telling you, attorneys do it all the time.
Sure, they can make excuses. They can say, "I'm keeping this guy off because he's got curly hair or something."
Do you think that was a fair? Would it be fair? And that's what I'm interested in, is a fair trial. If it were 2, 2, and 2, would that be fair? If you were an attorney defending Zimmerman, would you go for that?
If each of those individuals said, I'm going to sort of evaluate the evidence based on the facts presented
if you
in the
felt
testimony.
that they were honest human beings.
And I think there would be less criticism.
But you can't have an all-white jury, and you can't have an all-black jury.
You've got a community, though, where blacks make up about 10% of the community, Hispanics about 16, and whites about 66. I mean, do the math. I may have
66%.
I understand that, but it's so explosive here.
Right, but that would give more credibility, really, in the public perception to the jury trial and the outcome, because
if we're based on population, the jury was based on population.
You can say this is a fair jury because it's representing the
population.
And trial by your peers.
I think you're making a horrible mistake here, which is just assuming that because of one person's race, that's how they're going to vote.
I'm not assuming anything, Will.
No, you've
I mean, who's assuming that?
But you are.
What's
You're
the
saying
matter
it's
with
be
you?
2 and 2.
No, yeah, because I want the perception of fairness to be in the air.
I think you can have that without 2 and 2.
Bradley Manning,
right.
Okay? This is an Army private who leaks sensitive military documents to WikiLeaks.
Article 104 of the Uniform Code.
He's now being tried in a military court.
Right.
He's going to be found guilty. I don't think there's any doubt about it, because he admits he did it.
Right.
All right? He admits he did it.
He did.
So why are we going through this? Let's just put him in jail for 20 years. That's fair,
I'll
right?
tell you why. They elected to proceed with this military trial despite the fact that he pled to a number of lesser charges.
They want him to get the max, as an example.
Article 104 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, aiding and abetting the enemy. And they're going to present evidence from one of the 22 Navy SEALs that went in and did the raid at Abbottabad for Osama bin Laden's place, that recovered hard drives, materials, etc., that connect directly back to WikiLeaks. And so that they're going to be able to show that.
Because the Al-Qaeda people can go on WikiLeaks and they read the thing.
Exactly.
So you both say he's guilty,
he's guilty.
right?
His defense is going to be, I was naive, and I didn't know what I was doing.
By the way, this weasel Assange, Julian Assange, the head of WikiLeaks, he's still in the Ecuadorian embassy in London.
Must be nice. Unlimited room service.
No, it's not nice.
Why?
This guy's in a little room.
Ridiculous.
He can't go out.
I don't care. He's a criminal, and he's avoiding charges in Sweden.
But I'm just telling everybody
of sexual assault.
All right, Fort Hood, the terrorist down there, the major, he's going to represent himself, which is basically saying to the jury, I'm a loon, and please sentence me to death.
Please sentence me to death, and it's going to be horrible for those victims taking the stand, that he's got to now cross-examine the people, the very people that he shot.
Well, the judge is going to rein him in. He's not going to let him ask inappropriate questions.
And the lawyers, he's appointed some lawyers that are going to be kind of shadowing him for the whole trial.
It's military judge Colonel Tara Osborne, and so it's going to be 12 members of the military. They all have a rank higher than major, so they have to be at least lieutenant
colonels. They're on the jury, we're talking about.
Correct, and they're going to be the 12 that decide.
Let's
begins Monday.
We don't really know how the Trayvon Martin case is going to come out, but you say it's hard for the prosecution. They have a harder burden.
Really hard case for the prosecution.
Okay. So we'll watch that trial, and we will cover it in a very fair way here. Number 2, Bradley Manning is toast.
Guilty.
20 years.
20 years plus.
That steam song, sha-na-na, hey, hey.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
That was good. Fort Hood.
Nidal
Guilty.
Hassan,
Nidal
Death penalty.
guilty, death penalty, a loon.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Correct.
You got
I
it.
think you've done
Good.
well.
I think we accomplished a lot here.
I'm going to give you a B+.
All right.
I'll give you an
Even though
A-minus.
Oh,
Wheel
Wheel's
was
trying to
wandering
make up.
in the valley of theory in the beginning, which
Oh,
is the
Pete.
valley we never want to enter.